The song that I want to talk to you about today is Woh Jinki Nayi Hai Duniya from the movie Dhandalat, composed by R.D. Burman, Panchamda. Now, if you look at a typical Hindi film song, you would have the mukhda line, which has its own tune, antara, which also has its own tune. So, as a composer or music director, they would compose the mukhda tune and then they would also compose the antara tune. What if I told you that Panchamda had this unique style that he applied in this song, where he's just composed the mukhda tune and simply transposed that and used that as an antara tune. And yet, it sounds like a new tune that was composed just for the antara. Actually, the best example of that I have found in Panchamda's music is "Ae Khuda Har Faisla" from the movie Abdullah. I made a video on that a while ago. You may want to check it out on my channel. But in the meantime, going back to this song, let me demonstrate that to you using the keyboard here. Transpose is shifting a note or a set of notes up, that is on the plus side, or down, that is on the minus side. In most keyboards, you have an ability or a function to transpose. So on this keyboard, as you can see here, this is the transpose function. So just to demonstrate how transpose works, I'll play these three. Okay, and now I'm going to turn this dial to transpose it by +1. And I play the same notes, and you can see that they sound different as in transposed by a factor of 1. So this is the normal, 0. This is transposed by 1, transposed by 2, and so on. Okay, so first up, I'm going to record the first line of the mukhda. Great, so that was the first line that I just recorded. Now, in order to demonstrate that it got recorded correctly, I'm going to play along when the line repeats next time. So as you can see, the line just plays along when I just press this button. Now we go to the antara. I'm going to play the same tune that I just recorded by pressing the play button here. But before I do that, I'm going to transpose the keyboard to +5. Notice that this is the only change we are making, transposing the keyboard. We are not changing any tune or whatever we recorded. I'm going to play exactly the same thing. You will notice a slight variation in the first line of the antara towards the end of it, but the second line is exactly the same of what we recorded in the mukhda, except that it is transposed by +5. So here you go, check this out. Slight variation here is exactly the same. So as you can see, by simply transposing the main mukhda tune, you get the tune of the antara. There are some minor variation in the first line of the antara, but the second line is note to note exactly the same tune, just simply transposed. For me, this was the uniqueness, this was the charm of Panchamda. Another thing that I have to mention when it comes to this song is the out-of-the-world bass guitar that is played in this song. And I'm so glad that an amazing guitarist like Pankaj has agreed to cover this song. I'm going to post a link to that video in the description below, so please check that out. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I hope to see you soon with another one of these realizations with Panchamda's music.